Hey, it's Chuck Wilson, Bootlegger Guitar. Hi all. Sunday on a beautiful Sunday day on my patio in Hermosa Beach during the COVID experience. Hope you're all well and safe. Want to talk about setting up a guitar. Bootlegger guitars come from the factory set up at 1 millimeter across the 6 strings. So that allows for the guitar out of the box to be playable. And if you read the reviews, you'll see the guys are really happy that out of the box the guitar is ready to be played. Now we all have different setup, what we like setup. You know, jazz guys have a different setup than a blues guy, or shredder has a different setup to a rock guy, you know, or blues guy. For me, I like bending strings, so I have to be able to get my finger under the string. So I don't want it as low as maybe a shredder or a jazz guy. Different styles, but they still like really as low as possible setups at times. So again, everybody's different. So the guitars come out of the box ready to play, but I do have a great guitar tech Luther, and he's kind of a secretive guy. He does not take on work from the public. Got a motorcycle going by. His name is Rex. He only works for pro musicians. He already works with. He's an incredible vocalist and guitar player. He does a lot of music production work and mastering work. So, but we're good friends, and he does work with me, and he will work with my bootlegger players. So, if you do want a guitar that's set to certain specifics that you may have or standards, I can have that done for you. It's typically a $60 charge. You end up with a guitar that is professionally set up to what you ask for. So it's a very good service if that's what you want. I strongly recommend, if you are not comfortable working on guitars or adjusting guitars, do not attempt it. I don't do it. I design guitars. I will not set up guitars. What Rex does, he does a nut shave, a nut cut. He makes sure that the strings are sitting in the saddle perfectly. He adjusts the string height down. He then looks at all of the frets to see if there are any high spaces. Adjust the frets as necessary, and when the guitar is done, he will polish the frets and oil the fretboard, and the guitar is an excellent setup. And you can see, if I show you this guitar, for me it's perfect. I can't have it all the way low because I want to get under a string and bend it. And I have big chunky hands, so I don't want my guitar set as low as you may. So again, we all have different standards as to how we want it done, and Rex can do that. But what I was saying is, don't do it yourself if you don't know what you're doing. I get guitars back. I get very few returns, but the returns I do get are guitars that somebody that doesn't know what they're doing tried to make adjustments on the guitar. Then they complain about the guitar, act like they don't like it, send it back. We get it. I hand it to Rex. He looks at it, shakes his head, and says, this guitar has been horribly set up, and the guy that was doing it didn't know what he was doing. There's so many people out there that try to do this, and it's like buying a Porsche, and you're not a mechanic, and you start trying to tune it yourself. Don't do it. So if you have a good tech, by all means, use your tech. If you want to have it serviced by Rex, it's about $60 for me to drive it back and forth and pay him $65 sometimes. It depends on the guitar. It's in that range, $60 to $70, and I'm more than happy to do that. And the range does depend upon your requirements in the setup. So we have that service to offer you. Please don't play with the guitars as far as setups. If you're not familiar with how to do that, don't read a self-help book about adjusting guitars and think you can do it. Not easy. I don't do it. All you'll do is cause yourself problems. Don't expect to buy any guitar that's premier setup. And don't have your guitar adjusted at Guitar Center. That's a crapshoot, or any big retail store. Ask around your friends that play, ask around locally where you live, if there are recommended guitar techs, Luthers, that can do a good job on your guitar. The smaller guitar stores tend to do a better job because they have to. The bigger guitar stores, they don't care, and they're not hiring the best people. So it does take a certain talent to be able to do a good adjustment on a guitar. So when you get a bootlegger guitar straight from the factory, it goes through my hands, I play it, I check it out, it's ready to play. But being forthright, telling you any guitar you buy may not be set up for you to what you want, unless you're paying thousands and thousands of dollars and having a Luther make it for you, and you're giving him your specs as you go. So Chuck Wilson, Bootlegger Guitar, I hope this is helpful. Thank you.